Feel free to put your mics on. No one cares.
We're already there. I need a beer. Where's my beer?
There we go.
He's late, already
Where
here.
is my beer? TikTok, beer o'clock.
Fuck off with that.
I do like that intro now. I do like it. We've had
Like that bit, do you?
yell a little bit in the end. Very nice. Do like, subscribe, and comment. Or if you don't want it, it's fine. Just don't bother. No pressure.
Just do it, it's free.
Yeah, do it. It's free. Fucking
Do it, it's free.
Like,
Cost you nothing.
Yeah.
Smash the bell.
Stop being a dick. Just fucking like it and subscribe and fucking.
What cost you nothing?
Our guest did turn up this week. Just going to give you a fair warning. I know he's not used to that.
There's my son in here. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was about
using
to
it.
say, you've got a relative
I'm using
chat.
it. You ready for the smooth transition?
I'm watching a fucking film.
You ready? Watch this, Nick.
You got all your good angles.
Oh, hey? Hey? You don't get that kind of attention on the Saturday show, let me tell you.
He's a good looking boy, isn't he?
Hey?
Look at that. Oh, and you forgot the new intro.
Get to it there. Sorry, Hanky. Yeah, that's
Jesus Christ on crack.
But it's fine. It's better.
3 minutes intro.
Best intro in fucking vaping.
It was only
Very good,
50.
thank you,
Number
very good.
one intros in vaping. Number one.
Anyway, thank everyone for coming tonight. Good night.
Yeah. Enjoy the show. Thanks, chat. We'll see you all next week. We have no guests.
Evening.
Welcome to episode 13 of the Proper Live Show with special guest Nick from Triple Labs.
Hello, thank you, welcome.
He's in the middle and we're going to attack him in a minute.
Haven't seen you. in
Yeah, I
6
didn't.
days.
Is that planned? Stick me in
I'll
the
be
middle
like
there.
khaki.
Of
I'm
course,
coming from this
you have
way.
guests central to everything, you know.
You got to kiss every screen like that.
It was mainly just get the Triple Labs banner in the centre. That was the main thing.
Yeah, I think if you were saying you got a bit of Drip Labs juice there, I reckon I could do the old pass something up to you there. There you go. Ready?
No, it didn't work.
Oh, thanks. Oh, look at that. That worked really well. Do it again. Do it again. Do it
There
again.
you go.
Do it again.
Mate, you should try this one.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, hey.
Thanks very much.
Hey, look at that. It's
Awesome.
like magic. It's like
That's
magic.
like free shit. Woohoo.
Wow. How'd you do that? That's amazing.
Senior.
Amazing. So, Nick from Triple Labs, welcome.
Thank you so much. Cheers for having us
I
on.
do the Simon thing. How was your week? How was your week?
Good, great, yeah, fine, hot. It's been another good week, so
You do look hot.
It's been great. Thank you. Oh, it's better than last week. I was actually struggling. I think I was chain vaping on the Saturday show. It was about 28 degrees inside this room, and I was sort of like quietly waiting for it to come to an end so I could just pass out.
And Nick,
I've had
show fucking never ends. There's a holy fuck.
We do that.
How many segments have they got?
It was 2 hours and 7 minutes, but who's counting? Thanks for the invite, and yeah, I've had a great week. How was your week, John?
You'll be glad to know we only have one segment of the show, so just to yeah.
You're the first person that has ever said to me in preparing to come on a show, we finish at this time and we very rarely run over. I was like, all right.
We're fairly efficient. We're efficient.
Message received.
We're trying to be the
That is only so
anti-Saturday
we can
show.
all sign off
That's
at
the
half
thing.
11 and get pissed.
Yeah.
That is the only reason.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down with that.
Yeah, I just love to turn it off and just talk shit then for 2 hours, very drunk. It's the way to be, isn't it? Hanky, how was your week?
My week, really good. Yeah, guess what? It sounds a bit gross, but no more infection in my feet. Yippee! And
It's
I see now.
moved into his
The
legs.
pictures are a bit gross. It was a bit much, but that's better.
but no, I'm just
It weren't the feet ones that were the problem.
I was enjoying it. You've been looking at my sack again. No, I've enjoyed it. Judy's been looking after me well, as she always does. And yeah, going out tomorrow, hopefully, if it's not too hot. But I'm going to pass it over and say to Graham, darling, how's your week been?
Yeah, my week's been good. Just mainly working and then playing a game, World of Warcraft Hardcore, which I died on Tuesday at level 39.
No
So
one knows
back
what
to the
I mean.
beginning and starting all over
You know what you
again.
should try? You should try Second Life. I heard that's really good.
3 weeks
No,
it took me to get to that level, and I died, and I've got to start it all over again.
Wow. Based on your green room chat, it sounds like it's been a bit of a me, myself, and AI week as well.
Yeah.
Graham is personally on
It's
his
starting
own.
to freak me out. AI is starting to freak me out.
Yeah, you are going to be the reason why it fucking kicks off.
Nothing's going to stop it from kicking off.
We're all gonna die.
I
Nevans,
think
Everybody's going to die.
You'll be the tipping point. You will be the tipping point. This fucker will meet Graham 75, and that'll be it for all of us. By the way,
I'll pass it over to Nick.
you've never met
Nick
Graham,
Nevans.
you've never met Graham 75. Trust me.
You
It's about-
never ever want to meet Graham 75.
It's about
When-
mid-20s in a minute.
When Nick can get a word in edgeways. How's your week been, Nick?
if he was at if Nick was at the benches at 4:30 in the morning on Saturday night or Saturday morning, Sunday morning, at the weekend of the Vape Expo, he would have seen Graham 82, I'd say.
Oh,
outside the premiere.
Yeah.
Go to bed. No!
Don't tell me to go to bed. Nevans, how was your week?
Yeah, good. I've been hot and sweaty too. I've got no infection in my feet. I've been playing a game and yeah.
Go what?
Same
Cheeky
old
bastard.
thing.
You're not trying to destroy the world.
No. I mean, I could do it in half an hour, but
Matt, how was your week? I heard you bought a Hellfire co-brand. It's the best purchase I've ever made, especially the fact that it's a boss fat.
Yeah, fantastic mods.
Yeah.
They hit like a drunk stepdad. Puts to sleep.
Yeah, I heard you saying they almost hit too hard.
Yeah. As hard as a drunk stepdad that's
It's
fallen
probably a
asleep.
bad conversation. Nobody in chat has a clue what we're talking about.
Is this the same one you were saying was shit and he shouldn't have bought it?
It's the one I was saying shit before I knew he'd bought it.
It's the same one that I bought an hour ago and spent 200 quid on. And Matt
Sort of
turned
trying
around and
to
said,
imply
"That's
to him that he
shit."
shouldn't buy it, but apparently it was too late.
I should
To be
have
fair,
asked for advice.
it's
Bless
even
the
worse that he didn't know you'd bought one, because now you know it was completely honest feedback. If you said I just bought one and he ripped it, you'd think, he's just pulling my leg. But it was.
And now I
genuine.
can't even sell the fucking thing because everyone knows it's shit.
Well, you mentioned it on here.
I did.
That
Yeah.
was Green Room.
That was really stupid, wasn't it? Anyway.
Yeah, it was. Wasn't your best manager.
My week's been all right, incredibly hot, as it is down here in the south. Went to a trade show in the heat in a big fuck-off tent, and it was horrible, absolutely horrible.
You
But
sell
other than that,
tanks,
yeah, it's
tanks
been
and
all right.
guns and machine guns and fucking
No,
machetes
this one was all marine stuff, so it's boaty shit.
Yeah. If you don't know, Nick, Matt is an arms dealer.
Nice. I was expecting it to be done in slightly, more elite circumstances than a tent in the south, but fair enough.
Yeah, this was the boat stuff. It was in the port down at
Yeah.
Southampton.
It was
so
the
it's a
Afghan.
bit
It was the
fancy.
Afghan.
that
order.
makes sense.
There was no
The
guns
Afghan
involved.
order is fine. Yeah.
The guns one's in September in London. That's interesting
A bit
because
more of a-
you get all the protesters throwing themselves in the road as they're trying to bring all the show stuff in. It's great. Brilliant. No, I've not.
Well,
Yeah,
sounds like a
all right.
pretty interesting job, to be honest.
Believe me, it's not.
Okay.
It's just like any other sales job.
He doesn't get to use it.
Yeah, I don't get to shoot people.
Do you get to turn into Iron Man?
I'd like to
No,
turn into
that's-
Iron Man.
Yeah.
Iron Man
If he
should
could
fall
turn
down
you
the
into
aisle,
Iron Man, he'd get you a bloody good deal, 10% off the whole deal.
Proper
Just
10 for 10%.
80
off.
billion for you, yeah.
Yeah, proper 10% off your AK-47.
Speaking of codes, Nick, have you got a code?
I have, yeah. If so, anyone who is new to Drip Labs, you can create your flavors online. We do all the pouring for you, ship them the same day. It's all very easy. It's for everyone to make their own flavors. If you want to sign up, you can grab a £5 welcome bonus off the standard homepage banner. And if you use the code Proper Coils, surprisingly, you can have another £5 off, which means you can have 4 bottles for a tenner, which includes nicotine and delivery. Or you can even have 6 for 15.
You also get a free bottle of Shore with it.
Proper Coils, £5 off your first order, and grab a welcome bonus as well, and you can get 4 bottles for a tenner or 6 for 15. I'm sure there's someone in chat who knows how it works.
To be fair, that's actually cheaper than I sell mine for.
Are they 100 mils?
That'll be 430 mils. So you've got, you can choose. These ones are made by us. You find those in the house flavors section. You can see the exact recipe. You can even clone it and make it your own. Yellow ones are in the community made section. That's made by our customers. You can see the reviews and ratings. And a create is what you can do. Literally make your own flavor.
How much do you sell 430 mils for?
So the standard price would be 20 quid
Well,
with nicotine delivered.
You're actually more expensive than me. So
Yeah, and with the deal, it'd be a tenner if you're a new customer.
I hear that Clear Blue Sky is good.
That's cheaper than me.
I'm trying
I
to.
hear Clear
You're
Blue
giving me
Sky
enough.
is good.
Yeah, Blue Sky. Graham's got a flavour on there, but if you want something slightly cheaper, go for Pugs. I'd say.
If you do venture onto Drip Labs and you want some pre-mixed, pre-done stuff, buy some banjo string.
Yeah,
that is really good.
What is it? What flavour is it?
We are.
I can't remember what's in it. It's one of Blumpkins.
Just don't tell me it tastes like a bloody penis.
Blumpkins.
It tastes like a fruity concoction. It's nice.
Fruity concoction.
I think it's appley. I think it's got apple in it.
Fruity con.
Give you a steer.
Nick, where it says
There'll be
think
some
it
cock
create
in
it,
it. Pumpkin.
it says think it, create it, vape it. Is that
Yes.
still included for that 20 quid? 10 quid?
The custom ones.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So it doesn't matter what you buy. We don't charge a premium for making your own. We don't charge a premium for the ones that are tested and tried and released. It's all the same flat price, which is 5 quid for 30 mil or 10 quid for 60 mil. And it was an appley juicy concoction with a bit of lemonade. Matt is the
That's the
banjo
one.
string.
It's very tasty.
Fairly simple.
But don't tell Paul I said that.
Never. I would never say that.
I'm gonna have to have a crack.
kind.
I'm gonna have to have a crack. I am gonna have to have a crack.
Come and do it, mate. That would be an
Yeah.
absolute honour.
I will. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do
The
it.
code I set the code up till the end of the month, and more to the point, just message me and I'll sort you out, mate. No
Sweet.
worries at all.
Can I message you as well?
Yes, anyone can message. Show rights.
Friends.
Anyway, haven't we got? We don't know how Pugs Weeks was, and we don't know. Is it just Pugs? And...
Just Pugs, yeah, just Pugs.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
hold on a
okay.
second, Nick. I'm the fucking host here, all right? Don't
Sorry, bud.
step over the
Sorry.
show, all right?
Yeah, just trying to keep things moving.
at
I'm
the
really
top
conscious
for
of that.
a reason, Nick. All right.
Apparently, we never run over, John.
Next,
I
like,
just
move this
wanted
on,
to
move this on, move this on.
keep us on time.
We haven't even
I'll
done the
talk about
buffet
that,
yet.
Fine.
Pugs, how was your week?
Mind your own fucking business. It's been a fucking standard fucking week, really. Nothing really interesting. It's just been
How's
very
your
hot.
feet? Your feet okay?
My feet are fucked.
Yeah.
I went to
Honest
physio.
answer.
I went to physio on Thursday, and it was the last one on Thursday. And he said, "This isn't your last one, mate. This isn't working at all. Nothing is. Nothing to do is working. He doesn't even know what it is. It's confused him.
Go private.
You want
It
a
is
hanky
private.
foot rub?
It is private. Ask AI.
I was going to know the answer.
It's supposed to be plantar fasciitis, which is what I thought it was, which is very common. But there's 2 points on my heels that you cannot press. If you do, I will twat you in the face. The pain is
That's-
terrible.
That's a dare for
Plantar's
next time.
arch, isn't it?
Yeah,
Normally.
your tendon that holds your heel in place is fucked, and it's the same on both feet. But I've got this bit. He thinks I've got bone spurs on my heels, which is a bit of a fucking bitch, to be honest. Anyway,
does that come?
Are you going to have to?
Shave them down.
possibly
You're gonna have to
surgery.
You're
You're
meant
not
to
going to have to
put.
give up
You're
the
meant
high
to
heels,
put.
are you?
You're meant to put the spurs on the outside of your boot, not the inside.
Weirdly, it doesn't hurt when I wear stilettos.
Oh, beautiful! Like a sort of one of those special shoes.
Well, it is because it makes me a normal sized person.
Yeah, you get the added bonus of being tall.
Exactly. But
He
yeah,
puts high heels on
um,
just to give Joe a kiss goodbye in the morning.
apart from that, great. I'm fucking fantastic. Thank you very much.
Do you want to
guys.
run through chat, Pugs?
Oh God, I
Say
forget
hello
that.
to all those lovely people.
Oh, he's just been on. We just heard about his week. Fuck's sake.
Right. Is it true that participants doesn't work? Or does it work?
Do it the
Only
normal
if I
way. So no
said
one gets
something
no
in
one
the
gets
Do it
last-
the normal way. It takes just I'm going to do participants. If I mix
Yeah,
it,
but it's content, Pugs. It's content.
well,
Content's
you
on
know-
high. Content.
All right. Well, we start off top of the list with Mr. Craig D. Good evening, Craig.
It was not Billy Lee
thank-
because it's not an alphabetical.
Oh,
order.
it's just changed it. Now it's Billy Lee.
What?
Fucking hell.
Let's get more beer. One sec.
It literally changed. Thank you for joining us tonight. Rice is at the top of the table now. Thank you for joining us there. FaxiYams82. Thank you for joining us. Some bellend called Hankypanky. I have no idea who that is. Ian Thomas, the legend with the jerky. Thank you for coming in tonight, Ian. John the Vaping Choker. John the Vaping Choker.
I missed that. I missed that jerky. It was fucking gorgeous.
Oh, isn't
I
it?
still got some left.
Oh no, mine's long gone. But my God, it's good. So good. Sorry, John. I just called you John the Vaping Choker. And I meant Joker.
Deep throat.
What you do in your own personal time is your business. Lynn Smith. Wait. Good evening, sir. Marcus Lee Crowther. Thank you for joining us tonight, Marcus. Martin Saunders. Thank you for coming tonight, sir. Hope you're doing well. Mr. Intense. Nicky Maynard, you legend. Thank you for joining us, Nicky. Peter 247. I feel like I've not seen Peter 247 for a while. It's a name that's it's always around. He's always coming in. But anyway, glad that you joined us. Rajan Sagu is in. Good evening, Rajan.
Good evening,
Rajan. Red-Eyed Loon is one of our resident policemen tonight.
Fellow Irishman. Yeah.
Mr. Savage Simon 62, the legend that is in, but no less of a legend than Scott Wood, who's also in. Two of my fellow Saturday show knobheads. Tyler the Vapor is in. Evening, Tyler. And finally on my list is Vapor Bunny, but it's probably changed since I went down that list. Anyway, it's Vapor Bunny. I'm just gonna, if I knock off this now, and just see if there's anybody in there that I've not seen.
Herb Williams.
Where's Herb? I've not seen Herb.
He's right below you.
Just come in.
He's gone again.
Oh, Herb, you legend.
Arsehole.
My asshole puckered up just a few minutes ago, right out of the blue. I then checked my phone and seen this show just started. I'm the Canadian version of Kreskin. Maybe I'm the amazing foreskin. Maybe he is. Anyway, good evening, Mr. Williams. I'm very glad that you joined us this evening.
Faxi, I promise I won't ban you this
Well,
week.
I've just spotted
Sorry.
that your link hasn't
Apologise for last week.
because it's blocked it. Do you want to?
I
PM it
see
to one
that.
of us and we'll.
Yep.
post it
That sounds like a plan. We'll work out how to do that. It's not. I will do it. Go on.
We'll stick it in the StreamYards chat.
Nice one. I'll work that out.
What's happening? I
And
missed
then,
that. What?
I was putting the invite code in. To be honest, you can do it from the homepage. Click the welcome banner. Yeah, that'll do it. It's
We'll give
easier.
him a spanner, John. Either or.
All good.
Oh,
I'm running
yes,
the show,
yes,
and we're
yes.
going to run over. Shut up. I'll shut up.
Yeah. We won't run over. I'll just cut people over the end. Right, we're finished. Goodbye.
This is going to be trouble for you,
Hour
isn't
10.
it, Nick?
Hour 10.
You can use the code Steampugs 85 for 85% off Triple Labs. Working it all night.
I'll set it up now, and I'll set it at say 400 quid. Should we do that?
That works for me.
Right, well, oh Jesus, the fucking the bumper. Hold on, the bumper, the
Have you done
buffet bumper.
the buffet? You need to change that laugh. It's really fucking
It
unnerving.
is
That-
annoying, isn't it?
That will be changed if John's going to play it. He didn't play the new countdown, but
No, I don't like the new countdown.
why not? What's wrong with it?
Mine's better. Who wants to go first?
Right.
Hanky, you're on a roll there. Go first. Buffet, let's go.
Buffet. Whatever that is.
Oh, the Empire.
Whatever that is.
I know. And whatever that is. And I'm on some, where's the fucking
You're
Cameras
literally-
over
yeah,
there.
I was going to say you're not on camera. There you go.
And your camera's
I am on-
backwards.
Some Topical from Dispergo, Blue Hawaiian. Absolutely gorgeous. I've been on this all week, every day. Still with the same coils on it from Expo.
Coils by
And-
Scott.
Yep.
Proper coils.
I still got 3 calls by Scott here. I tried to straighten them all up, John, but they are like that.
Look at that presentation. Fantastic.
Beautiful.
I'm
It's
going to
like
use
my
that
camera.
at the
It's
stove.
like a packed lunch.
It is. I've only opened this. I've had it for a while. Drag 4 with the U4 cell tanking, and that has got some Modfather Vapes Lil T in there. I got to change my camera back. It's gone weird. And I'm on a couple of pods, the X Slim Pro
Nice.
and the Slim 3 2, and in that I'm on some Blue Raptor Dinosaurs.
Oh, nice.
And no, it's nice that. I'm on the SQ from Blumpkins Bargains, absolutely gorgeous. And in that, I've got my vanilla bean ice cream with black currant, not from Triple Labs. Right, thank you much. And I'm going to pass it over to Nick.
Nick, before you start, just want to say to the spatters in chat, if I shouldn't have to ban people. You should be really quick to ban people.
Oh,
That's why
come
you're all
on.
there.
Policeman do your job.
Speed things fucking up, for fuck's sake.
That's
Anyway,
really-
Nick, go ahead.
Is that Nevans or me? I'll take it. I'm assuming Nevs is going to be Nevs. So mine's super easy, although unusual tonight. So almost always on the Lost Vape Thelema, I was gifted one of these XR Maxes. So I'm road testing that today with a community-made frozen cherries on top. Simple, just a green apple, cherries. and
What's your
ice.
thoughts on the device?
Do you know what? I'm not really this guy at all. I'm like RDAs, even if I'm driving, like I'm not really into this sort of thing, and I am really quite impressed. It's
It's a
capable,
sub-ohm, isn't it?
good flavor. So the biggest issue I had with the old one, which I love the form factor, I loved a lot about it, but it's too tight for me. And with the new airflow adjust, it is pretty open. It is like, it's basically doing the job of a turbo mod, and I'm impressed.
Nice.
Although I have only had it for a few hours. And then the thing that makes it today unusual is I have a non-Dripper Labs juice. So, no. John said one of the sections we do is the what's your greatest of all time. And I thought, that's interesting. I said, is it juice or hardware? A bit of everything. And I suddenly thought, what would be my best juice of all time? And I thought about one of the earliest juices I remember that blew me away. And I don't know if anyone's heard of that. Soul Jar Mango.
Nope.
So you can't get it anymore. So this conversation was on Monday or Tuesday night. So I bought some from Malaysia and it arrived. So
No way.
I have.
How
for the
long
first
did it
time in
take?
about literally so Tuesday to and they actually tried to deliver it yesterday. So for the first time in about 6 years, and the reason it's justified in terms of being non-dripper, although you don't need to justify that, it's a real smooth Malaysian mango, and we don't have a Malaysian mango. So, mate, and I've
Punchy and sweet.
literally
I'm presuming as it's Malaysian, it's icy and sweet.
spicy, sweet, not very cold. It's a love. What I haven't worked out yet is have they changed it? Because it's been so long. It would have been pre-TBD. I don't
Yeah, but
no
that
reason
doesn't
to
matter
think
to
they
them.
would
That
have.
doesn't matter to them.
That is also very true. So I am on a proper memory lane with that, and I've got that on the series Saga
very
with
good.
the Asgard RDA and some Proper Coils, of course.
Yay!
And thanks to John with
Series
my
aliens.
eyebrows.
Series aliens.
Series aliens, yeah.
Yeah, I think, yeah. If I can remember.
And I will pass. We're going to carry on the line. We'll go other way on to Nevs.
Neville.
Okay. So I had a nice surprise today from Mr. Pugs. Thank you, my good friend.
I had to when it came, mate. I had to get it for you.
Dog poo.
Because I kept on trying to steal his nada, he bought one and got it sent to me.
Nice.
So thank you very much. In there,
Friends.
I've got Peak and Jezebel from.
Oh, you dick.
No, it's Bergo. Yeah. There's ice in that. There's definitely ice in that.
Yeah. Extrox Nano 3 with Raspberry Raptor, and then because Herb's here and all he vapes on his mechs and stuff, I got something out that's special. So I got the Falcon King stockpile tank with the G class.
You know what though? It's pretty good, isn't it?
And then in there there's a proper stock coil, and just
a proper stock coil.
just something I made.
Yeah, which is smashed, by the way.
And I'm drinking Copperberg Summer Fun, and it's fucking delightful in this weather.
To be fair, it is Pride Month.
I'll take it. It's fucking nice. I'll take it. I'll take that. So we'll carry on going down, and Graham.
Okay, and the Gore 21 with the barrage on top, and in that I've got Glamour. That's it. And I'm drinking on calling because I can drink really, really shit beer and get absolutely pissed. Don't have to spend the money on expensive shit.
And you don't have to enjoy yourself either. Just
oh no, it doesn't matter.
he's
after the first one. After the first
I don't
one.
care about anything. I'll pass it over
saving
to
his
John.
money for a Hellfire Cobra in a couple of weeks.
John.
That's me, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Purge Viper. The best bargain I got bought last year. 50 fucking quid for that thing at Christmas.
Honestly, you need to fuck off with that.
Yeah. On top of that, the Regenesis, which I paid full price for. Just saying, Vaporoni. Just saying, yeah. The Regenesis, which is a cunt to build, but it's actually really good when you have it built. And then that some Orchid Creamery.
No, it never gets old. It never gets
Orchid
old.
Creamery. Like what is it? 14% cream? 14? 15?
Yeah.
15.
It's fucking lovely, whatever it is.
Blimey.
It's becoming a thing now, Nevs.
It is, yeah.
Oh, I
The
did
DIY community is becoming a thing.
I did two yesterday. I did a cookie. I did a cookie with the cream, which works actually surprisingly well. And I did a pineapple and raspberry, which is both fucking really good.
Really high cream.
The only thing which throws me off is that caking of your mouth. It's after your lip, your teeth, everything cakes.
You get a film in your throat, and it's really annoying, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
Yeah, it's satisfying though.
Super
You
nice.
know you've really got it.
A real Dicodes Danny Mini. None of that Aspire shit. Sorry, Mike. And,
Your daughter
I
said it
bought-
better than you earlier.
You can see all the scratches and shit, so I bought a new body from some company in Greece for like 30 quid, so I'm waiting on that. Should have that next. I will have that next week. On top of that, the tripod V2 in mouth to lung mode, which is really good.
Is that a real one too?
That is a real one, yeah. We do proper shit over here on proper.
Well, most of us
headquarters.
do.
Do you not like a bit of patina, John? Bit of patina, bit of natural scratches, wear and tear, love.
No. It's annoying me.
No? Okay.
No scratches at Proper Coils headquarters. And
Gotcha.
Circus, the usual one I get off these, which I vape for years. It's a tobacco vanilla cookie, but this one they hadn't got that, so this is like a cereal tobacco, and it's really nice, 16 milligram. And next we have the half mod mech. It's gorgeous, and it does this shit here. This is a Blumpkin bargain, and it splits in half to get your battery and get at your fucking contacts and shit. You do need to clean the contacts regularly because It's a flat contact hitting like a round surface, and it creates an arc mark. And after a couple of days, you need to clean the contacts. It's a bit of a pain, but
Silver
when it is
contact.
working, it works well. On top of that, the ORDA, I think it's called the ORDA. By I don't know who makes that RDA.
The OATI by Odin.
It's not a good RDA. I don't like it. And it's just what I have on top of it. I'm not moving it. Wicklicker Boulevard in that, because like I went into my local shop and vaping Irishman, get your finger. You're not in chat because you're never in chat. You did the bollocks. But I get some carnival into your shop and stop acting the bollocks. All right. Next we have the fucking, I always forget the name of this mod. The SL class, is it? The SL?
Yeah.
SLV2.
On top of that, we have the Typhoon GT4. Thank you, Matt Wates. And in that, some beautiful glamour from the lovely Graham. Beautiful, beautiful.
Right.
I wish I never made that.
Last, I have the Nosferatu. From Udall, and in that, the Voltrove RBA. And in that, I have the very last dregs of my Dripper Labs, and this is
Pecan
Jezebel, which is fucking gorgeous.
Bottle number one, or is that bottle number one or bottle number two?
One, yeah, revision one. Yeah.
No, I mean you got a couple, didn't you? I just
oh no, that's the end. That's the last. That's the last bit. Yeah.
Last of the last. Yeah. We'll talk.
Yeah.
Nick, do you taste every juice that you make?
Not anymore. For about 3 months. Obviously, we thoroughly test all the ingredients. For about 3 months after the website launch, we tried every single flavor that anyone made, so hundreds. And now we've got.
What was the worst?
No, there's not.
He doesn't
really
want to assault
worse.
the customer now.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some people. There are some people with an eclectic taste. Apologies to Pugs who sat through all these anecdotes. But no, so we check the recipes before. If someone's brand new creator, we would check it to make sure it's not awful. And then if it's not awful, meaning nowhere near enough flavor, too sweet, too plain, whatever, those kind of simple checks. If it passes all of that and they really want a raspberry coffee, that's then their choice. We gave the example of the menthol custard. Pugs had a good little story to go with that.
Menthol custard, holy shit.
Yeah.
But no, in general, we were like, this is working, meaning they taste like what the sliders say they will. So at that point was when we started just checking the sliders. And we still try one if it catches our eye for good reasons. If someone asks us to, we'll try one. We do the odd review, that kind of thing. But no, we no longer test 100% of flavors. We check 100% of sliders, but we don't necessarily pour one for ourselves, is the answer.
Very good.
Sorry, I asked.
Sorry.
It's good. Who's left? Matt, your twist.
Right. Caliburn as always. In that, some Mesred from, I think it's a Jam Monster one. I think makes that. As always, Unific O with the
nice Unific.
That's the nicest Unific I've ever seen. Ever.
Beautiful. That is the only mod that I use every day because it's just super comfortable.
It is the best one I've seen of its kind.
I will never ever get rid of that one either unless I get in my car.
I can't believe people would buy different color variations when that was
green and red.
Yeah. I quite fancy a coloured micarta one. I'm not going to lie. But they're shit. No, they're the best ones.
Play the game, Matt. Play the game.
What have I got in there? I've got some Jago Mango Tango in that one. This one's getting a lot of use lately. The SVBR with the Hussar Gobby. Really enjoying that setup.
Did you see the 2000 AD Judge Dredd one that he did?
Some of this stuff.
It's beautiful liquid. Did you see Nigel's 2000 AD one?
Yes. Nicely done. Not my thing, but I'll have to get my M out actually. I've got a Dead Skull edition one, which is rather nice. Hadron Pro with the Ragnar, and in that we've got some. I can't find the bottle. Irie Vibes.
Irie Vibes.
Is that the rum and raisin one?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Overkill Lipo with the Valhalla V2, and in that we've got some Sweet Nirvana as always, because that stuff's just great. And then finally we've got my new purchase for the week, which is the Psycho Mods Cabrano, which is a bit different, a bit funky.
Is that a mech? Yeah.
Mech Squonk, yeah.
Yeah,
But it looks kind of broken, but it's not.
I thought it was what do you call it? Snowcap.
It's got a similar vibe,
nice.
but it came out before. It's 5 years old, that.
Oh, that's nice.
And I picked that up for a little bit of a bargain. So I'm quite pleased with that. And on that,
Not
I've
as
got
good as a Hellfire Cobra, but it's okay.
it hits much harder than a Hellfire Cobra MOSFET, but about the same as the Mech version.
Yeah.
Karma
I've got a proper
RDA on
pilot.
top of that. And in there, I have got some seriously slushy grape soda, which is disappointing. Shut that. Right. I like the slushy range, and I thought I'd give that one a go, and it's a bit meh.
Just seeing your Sweet Nirvana buffet there, I just remembered that I remember the launch show for that range. I think it was a Saturday show, wasn't it? And you guys did such a good job. I bought the whole lot. I think there was one I didn't go for. What's the vanilla custard one? There was the
Vanilla
apple
Sky.
pie.
The marshmallow
Vanilla Sky is the only one I didn't get. I got the other three, and they are good juice. I'll give you that.
Sweet Nirvana's nice, especially this time of year. It's a nice.
No, amazing liquids. Amazing.
And the lemon sherbet was a bit special as well. Nice to see a raisin, not common. It was good set.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, they are nice.
I guess it's me. Is it me?
Yeah, hand it over to Pugs.
All right. I'll make it snappy because I've got a fair bit out tonight. Alicia D with the Tripod V1. In that, I've got the Blueberry Morning by Unsalted in there. It's fucking pissing me off, that Tripod V1. It leaks like fuck.
Yeah.
It doesn't if you wick it right.
I've wicked it in every fucking way I can possibly do.
I never had that leak on me once.
It's the seal between the bottom, the bit that pulls out. It's kind of wobbly sometimes, and it just seeps out of there.
Now the O-rings
they are wobbly
the O-rings
in the tank.
I've changed
the
the
V1, and I had the O-rings the wrong way around because they're like an L shape O-ring.
Yeah.
Are they sitting? They're sitting right, are they?
It's sitting right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, at the minute, I must have done something because it's not wobbly.
What you need to do is get a V2 because they're much.
I do need to get a V2. Anyway, I've got the ridiculous my 70s space rocket, which is a 26650 Mac with the GT4 on top with a ridiculous jet set. I just like it. It just works really well together, and I do like it. And I've got a Cunt Fudge. I had a mild panic today. Last night. I was setting stuff up for the weekend, and I suddenly had this thought that I've not seen my dram. Where's my fucking dram? And it's an expensive tank. It's not the kind of thing you fucking knock about. It's an expensive tank. I hadn't seen it for ages. And I was panicking, fucking ransacked this room. It was still in my bag from the expo, attached to the K65, which I fucking adore, which I forgot I even had. So there's the K65 with a dram on it. What the fuck? When you've got that much fucking gear, you forget expensive shit like that. It's ridiculous. Dead Man's Hand with the Valkyrie on there. I've got Mexican fried ice cream. Got the Voltro 25mm on the Noise Cricket V2. In that, I've got a bit of Old Fashioned from Flavor Cravers. I've dug out because we've got Fagan on tomorrow's show. So I dug out the bulk because that was my daily driver for a long time. I love the bulk. The flavour on it is unreal. And it still is. I can't not be impressed with it, the bulk. It's a fucking good tank. In that, I've got the cookies and cream with Nevans' 15% cream thing in. It's really good. It's really good. Well, I was going through the FA flavours that we got. How long ago is that? A year?
Yeah, the premium cookie.
Yeah, well, I got the premium cookie. I mixed a bit of premium cookie with the vanilla cookie and a bit of digestive, but the premium cookie was still sealed. I've not even fucking opened it. So, and it's really, really good. It works really well. Purchases this week. it's not really embarrassing. I just when I saw it, I wanted it, and then one came up in one of the groups, so I just bought it anyway. I got the Wismet fucking Iron Man.
Oh, do you know what? I saw that exact post and I looked at it and went, "Why do I fancy that?"
I just always wanted it. I just wanted to know.
Well, it is Pride Month, so
It's what it is. Do you know what? It's good. It's really, really good. The fire button's amazing on it. It works. It works really well. I've got the robot, the Steam Craver Mini on there.
Do you not wish that you bought the Iron Man one though?
No, I don't like that one. I don't like it. I got this because I like the colour. I've got Nevans's cinema vibes in there, and that's lovely. And along with that, from the same guy, I got the Blaze RTA because I've not got one of them. On the IPV 4, the old school one. Not massively, hugely impressed with the Blaze. I think it's coil placement. I need to play around with it a little bit. I think the flavour's a little bit lacking it. And lastly, because obviously Fagan's on tomorrow, I dug my Nadder out and put it on the fucking Saga. I
know you bought me one, but that's still mine.
It's not your fuck's sake. That's why I bought you that one. And in that, I've got my Surreal Steam, and there you go. Oh, and of course, I've got the big juicy Overkill with the Valkyrie on it. And in that,
love it.
It's a lovely thing. I've got that salted caramel just because I love the name, the fact that it's unsalted and salted. And there you go. That's me. Thank you very much.
Blimey.
Your 10 minutes is up.
Oh, well, that was quick.
That was
quick. I'm making a concerted effort these days.
He's actually sweating. He's sweating.
I feel like I've just been to the gym.
He doesn't usually move that quick.
No, that was fucking rapid. That was. And I remembered all the names. I didn't get them wrong, I don't think. Amazing.
Flawless.
Thank you.
Nick from Dripper Labs.
Now what do we do?
Hello.
Nick from Dripper Labs. You probably got this already at the start of the show, but why not? Why not tell us more about Dripper Labs, how it started, and what the plans are for the future?
Okay. So we started working on a platform, an online mixing platform, in the very beginning. It was actually the very end of 2018, and in April 2021, we launched Dripper Labs.
Were you a mix? Sorry for interrupting. Were you a mixer prior to? I presume you done mixing before.
No. So
No.
I was a mixture of things, but ultimately an engineer. So I was an electronic engineer. I'd worked in R&D. I'd done some other bits in my corporate career, which I then stepped away from. The business part that we set up with is more of like a web tech guy. And the original plan was that we were going to work with Jack, who at the time was part of a juice company who had released flavors and ranges and knew his way around TPD and all those things. And then it took us so long to actually start the company. By the time we actually were ready, because we built all of the manufacturing, the automation, and all of the website to link to it, it turned out that Jack was actually ready, willing, and able to join Dripper Direct. So he came on board in 2020, helped us set the factory up, and has been a proper member of the team ever since. So he is our flavor guy. So yeah, 2 engineers essentially and a flavor guy. The concept of the website is kind of multifaceted, but the 2 main ones are anyone should be able to make their own e-liquid. So we're taking all that tribal knowledge out of a mixer's head and trying to put it into the tools. So not like a mixing calculator, but more like a flavor wizard. If you want, you can mix and match flavors, set their exact strengths. We pour them for you same day, ship anywhere in the UK, more countries to come online. The second part of it is that anyone who makes a flavor on the platform can publish that to our marketplace. So they can make sales, they can get reviews, ratings. So it's kind of a cross between sort of indie juice and ELR and a few other ideas all brought together with one sort of fundamental idea, which is really good quality juice at a really honest price and all made by the community. So just sort of taking the hassle out. And the idea was really, as you kind of, if you're a DIY guy or expert or mixer, you can tailor your flavor to your exact taste. If you're not, you're playing the game that everyone plays, which is kind of pick a label on the shelf, gamble, maybe take a recommendation, hope that the next big flavor from some big brand is the one. And often, a portion of those might just be poor quality, but a lot of them, it's not that they're bad, it's just that they're not exactly what you're looking for. So what we were trying to do was,
a lot of the time you might get a juice and you think I'd like it to be less icy, or like a slightly less icy, or
yeah,
so
or
you can do
slightly
those
less
tweaks
sweet.
Yeah,
exactly. So the idea was sort of really, it's very hard. I mean, to be honest, it was so much harder than we thought it was going to be. I don't know if we would have started if we'd known. But honestly, the beginning of it really was just, we all had massive juice graveyards, like bottles and bottles and bottles, that it was like, I'll never pick that up again. That's never going to get vaped again. And it was just, there's got to be a better way, surely, of finding, because, you know, most people have a pretty clear idea for themselves of what it is they're looking for or what they like. So we just set out to sort of make that possible. And to this day, we are still pretty unique in what we're doing. There are some places that will make a juice for you. Obviously, you've got like white labeling, which is sort of a little bit more at scale. But no, in terms of what we're doing, in terms of the amount of control that we give people, every ingredient, every precise setting and level, the user friendliness and that sort of next day delivery is still pretty unique. But it's been a pretty wild 2 years, certainly not easy. And I'm sure I've got a lot of respect for anyone doing anything in the vape world, because this is hard. But we're getting there. The expo was a real turning point. And being on this show is a good example of that.
probably because you're beside me all weekend. That was why it was.
What a joy it was! What a joy it was! You know, I didn't know many people there, but I'd seen you on YouTube. So at that point, I was like, I'm just going to make friends with him. And we had
he knows people.
Plenty
he
of
knows
banter.
guys.
Yeah, he seems to be saying hello to other people. Yeah, so that's the story. If you've never heard of us, that is probably not the problem. I think most people, maybe not in Ireland, but a lot of people watching will probably have heard of us, but probably not have tried it. So that's what the code was about. If you do want to come and just try it for the very first time, welcome bonus £5. Proper Coils as a code. You can have 4 bottles of any combination, whatever you want, for a tenner. And that's really what we realized from the expo is people never heard of us, love the concept, but that's not great. You need to actually deliver on the flavor. So getting people to do that kind of sweep through the flavor tests is what it's all about. And that is why we're so keen on these kind of, getting people to try it for the first time.
Nick,
that's our website.
Nick.
Hanky.
Yeah, just to go through this quickly. You want to just quickly run through this?
Sure. I mean, I don't want to steal the show, but I will talk about it for as long as you want me to.
Go
so what you're looking at is the homepage of Dripper Labs, trying to make it abundantly clear that what we do is different to most juice websites. You can create your own. They are real stats, so they update once an hour. So if you place an order, you'll see the counters go up. So like I said, we launched in April 2021. So we ticked over 10,000 bottles in about the 3rd week of April. So we've done just over 10% of all the bottles we've ever shipped has been in the last 8 weeks, as a kind of sign of how much of a difference this expo has begun to make. But yeah, the real stats. If you scroll up a bit, Hanky, up. Yeah, that is the banner you want to click. So if you click that banner that just went by, the pink one, that's the one that will give you £5 store credit when you create an account. And then when you just do whatever you want, you'll see, if you just go to the flavors tab quickly, I won't go into too much detail, but I'll just show you there. So that is not what it normally looks like. There you go. So on the flavors tab, there are 3 ways you can buy flavors from us. You can buy our house flavors. They're like open source example recipes. We show you exactly what the values are. You can buy them as they are. You can tweak them. You can modify them. So if you see something you like, but you want to take the cooler out, you can do that with one click. The second way you can do it is go to community made. So flavors and community made is all of the community created flavors. It will default to showing you the most recent ones. And if you show, hang on, that's the wrong bit. So you go flavors first and then community made. That's the one. So it will default to the most recently published. Every product on here is made by one of our customers. You can see the reviews. You can see how many bottles they've sold. And it will default to sorting by most recent, but you can sort of sort by most sold, etc. And then the last way is to go to flavor and then the wizard, or rather create, sorry, my bad, create, and then the flavor wizard. And that, if you've never made anything, will guide you through the process. So it'll pick your headline flavors, then boost and round each of your main flavors, and then to finish, how creamy, how cold, how sweet, and that's it. And any flavor that you find on the website, you can buy as a MTL, DTL, salt-free base, and then most we do is 6 milligram. So that is 90 seconds on Dripper Labs, and I do surprisingly feel quite guilty about taking over the show.
Hanky. No, go back, scroll up, and go to the community tab.
It took me half an hour to get.
I'm just sitting there watching that, going, what can I do different?
Yeah, there you go. Community tab.
Because I can go right to the top, because I remember when I first started using this site, it was quite a struggle with the menus, getting the right thing that I wanted. I think you should have a recommended community flavors, community juices, and just do a unclickable on the menu and just do a list of the top flavors. So if somebody comes in, doesn't want to mess around with the Dripper Labs kind of thing,
I got you. So if you go flavors and then recent reviews, that's the best stepping stone we've got to what Graham's asking for.
That's buried.
No, I know. So what you're asking for really is a kind of leader, and that is coming. So that's our on the fly, literally the most recent reviews. That's getting.
I'm gonna have to buy that.
Oh, she only got 3.75, but it is that's interesting.
I'm on it after the site, after the show. Which one are you looking at?
There you go. The Reese's Pieces. Chocolate peanut butter cup thing. So that's Dripper Labs in a nutshell. And there is one of the cool things I would say is that anyone who's been using it for more than a week or two knows that it's kind of always evolving. So we've had people join 6 months ago, 6 weeks ago, 2 years ago, and like we're always adding new features, moving it forward. So that is what we're all about.
I've been quiet because I've been playing with it.
Right, the wizard.
Your site, not my opinion.
Website, yeah.
two bits of constructive criticism, if you don't mind. You're telling me,
please,
which would be better. On the left hand side where you've got the list of flavors to pick, and you've got the 7 emblems across the top, which denotes the range of flavors. That should have a hover. When you hover the mouse over it, that should tell you what that is.
Yep. I know what you mean. Do you mean the name of them? Yes. So if you click, the title will change. That's a great suggestion. Yeah. One of the reasons that Dan gets his knickers in a twist is Hover isn't supported on mobile. So we're all that doesn't mean we couldn't do it. But yes, you're right.
Secondly, I've been trying in vain because I'm a mixer, and Nick will attest to this. Yes, it is a slider, and it gives you the percentage on the right hand side of what they are.
Yep.
But I've been trying to hit a certain number, and it's a pain in the arse on the slider. Yep. That number on the right, you should be able to click that and put a number in.
That is by far the most requested feature we have. I think it's been requested about 20 times. We will fix it now because our most important non-customer has requested it. But there is a hack. If you're on a computer, with the slider, after you've moved it, if you use the cursor keys, you can move it exact numbers. But that isn't good enough. That is not good enough. So we will
use cursor keys to fine tune.
No, we got to fix it. We got to do it so that when you click, the plan at the moment is, like you said, either tap to type a number in or click the cog, and then you'd see a text entry from there. So the cog will give you discrete pairing suggestions. This is getting too geeky now. So Pugs, when you click the cog on an ingredient, it will make you pairing suggestions. But if you go to the flavor wizard, that is pretty cool. So we have literally matched up. There are 78 ingredients. We paired them all to each other. So the pairing suggestions you see there is a dynamic list based on your... So if you go rhubarb custard, it will ask you to boost the rhubarb, but only with things that work with both of your lead ingredients. So that's a bit different to those kind of the list that you get there. So it's all
the cursor's working, but it only moves 0.1% every 5 clicks.
That is because one nudge is less than 1%. So the bit of information that you probably have worked out already. So if you were a DIYer, not you are. Everyone has a sort of virtual max of like, okay, I wouldn't use this concentrate more than 15% of recipe or 21% of recipe, or, you know, now with cream is now acceptable at 14% of recipe. That is what the 100% is set to. So for each of our ingredients, which are in-house multi-concentrate blends, we have tested where does that either the chemical cliff or it just doesn't bring any more flavor to the party after that. So they're different and the color gradient reflects that. So honey, for example, comes in very early at like mild, and then so they're all tailored. So hopefully with no prior knowledge, you can do a half decent V1.0 and get pretty close to your what you were going for.
So I presume when you make these flavors, you make like blends or whatever, the honey that you make is already weak. So like if someone puts too much in, it's never going to be too much.
It's not necessarily weak, it's capped. So we try to use, say we were doing apple, we try to use multiple apples so that none of the individual concentrates are going to be chemically early. So we can hopefully get more depth of apple into the bottle. And then it's the capping that, so, you know, whatever it might be. So maybe the cap for sweetness, 100% sweetness is 2.5% of recipe. So if you want 1% sweetness, you should be at 40%. And each ingredient would be like that. However, on the note of weakness, we do pre-steep the ingredients. So our blends don't sit in the bottle at 100 PG. They're mixed in with VG at 70-30. And that means that 90% of the steeping is done. You've just got a little top up and a little nick shot that you're waiting for. So that means that you're not waiting.
It would take weeks off a decent dessert.
Yeah. So we still recommend a couple of days, mainly just to stop you kind of rushing in 2 minutes after you've opened the parcel and upping something on the recipe. And it's still true that kind of like lesser ingredients, like say you've got a background note of coconut or yogurt, that still needs to bustle its way through to the whole mix. But you're certainly not waiting for VG.
The only time that pre-steeping thing wouldn't work is say if you use like 14% cream or whatever, just saying it for, you know. And then the rest of it is fruit because it still has to steep the rest of the fruit base.
Exactly. So in most cases, it works very well. And it's still true. Weirdly, no matter what we say, most vapors have some kind of ritual. Say they're into bottle shops, they'll be like, "Oh, I'll vape that in August," and I'm like, "That's really, you don't need to wait till August. Like, you know, give it a week if you want." But it seems to be more of a vapor nuance than what we tell them.
Nick, you know what other vapors are into? The proper hall of vape gear.
Hey, are we there?
Like that segue was good, wasn't it?
Are we there?
Yeah, go on, let's do it. See, I told you you'd worry about the time, John.
See how smoothly I got into that. So our segments.
Gobble up an hour and a half.
Yeah, I'm sure you've done your homework, but the proper hall of vape gear is so. Pugs is going to run spin a wheel, and it's going to land on either muds, drippers, e-liquid, or tanks, and everyone on the panel is going to make their choice for whichever one is picked by the wheel, and we're going to justify our choice and explain why the chat should vote for our choice. So, Pugs, if you want to run the wheel.
I am shit at this, by the way, just so you know. But
I'll be worse.
I will present the Z-Picker wheel.
Boom.
It is presented. Okay, so this week's choice is...
Let's have an RTA or an RBA.
Yeah, we've had 3 mods in the last 4 weeks, I think, isn't it?
You should take mods off.
What's that? Which is that?
RDA.
What did I say? Yes.
Hey, nice. Done. All right, cool.
What have we got? We've got the goon. Is it the goon? Yeah, we have the goon up already. So the goon is not an option we can use. So your best ever, and this is actually good because Nick uses RDAs, so that's good. Rand, whoever wants to go first, if they have
I'll go for the wasp. The wasp.
Yeah, the wasp nano.
Yeah. That's a very good choice.
Oh, the spit back on that is terrible.
Which is the
you wick it right, it's all right.
Is it a single?
Oh,
The overdrift
it shouldn't need
slightly
that
on
caveat,
the
though.
front.
Which
I'm
one?
just making sure
I
I
can see the
win.
tactics happening already.
It's
Actually, not that great.
it's not hard to wick it, but I know Graham can't wick.
It's not difficult.
Ooh.
It's a bit of a pain in the arse with the offset coils, but
Touche.
are you talking about the Nano S?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not.
That's the
It's
original.
it's
the
different.
original.
It's just different. It's just different.
Yeah.
But it is the fucking flavour banger.
No, it's not the S, just the Wasp Nano. Just the Wasp Nano. The first one with the it's a slam cap, isn't it?
Yeah, the original one. Yeah.
That was a good RDA.
And
Was
also
it?
in chat, anyone in chat as their opinion, stick it in there. We might go with just stick it in there. Stick it in there. Who's next? Randomly, go ahead.
I'll
Okay.
go.
Something in the
Listen,
mind.
I'm shit. I'm usually shit at this,
Yeah.
so I'll go.
Who's going, Hanky?
Dead
Go on,
rabbit.
I'll go after you.
Dead rabbit.
The original Dead Rabbit.
Original dead rabbit.
It's classic.
All right. Another good choice.
Sorry, Pugs.
That's all right. I'm going to go for the Asgard.
I was just going to say that.
Asgard.
You're trying to win. You're trying to win.
Any variation you can't. I've got more Asgards than any other dripper. I've probably got 7 or 8.
You need an Asgard though.
That's good testament.
I didn't Asgard when you stay at my house. That's for damn sure. But yeah, it's a class.
Well,
I'm not usually a fan of side airflow RDAs, to be fair. I would have said the Sherman, but I wouldn't have won with the Sherman because it's a bottom airflow RDA. The flavour's better. I'm all about bottom airflow RDAs. But for a side airflow RDA, because it's got the scoop that brings the air down, it works really well. There's a reason why it's so popular. The Mini, all the standard 28 or 30? 30.
30.
28.
Whatever it is.
28 is the Mini.
Stand corrected.
30 to 32.
I'm just going to say Asgard, and they're all as good as each other. So it's a fucking really good, and it looks nice as well. Especially,
Well, I'm going to
big one
break with
deep wrinkles.
tradition and say exactly the same thing. So I am by no means a hardware collector. I've tried a few RDAs, and I've just decided whatever wins this competition, I'm going to get one, as long as it's not some ludicrous German engineered 400 quid thing. Or whatever wins the competition, I'm going to buy one because it's well overdue. But I just can't get enough of the RDA, Asgard RDA. It's just
good.
perfect.
Good.
Massive dripping area, easiest to build. I've never said, oh, well, you got to know how to wick it. It just does a great
It's
job.
very
and that's
forgiving.
me.
It's very forgiving.
Yeah.
So
Backhanded, I'll take it.
So even if you can't build like Nick, it's really good.
That's me. That's me.
So that's my choice, the Asgard.
So, right, so we're going to split this up into 3 and 4. So, does anyone else want to throw in their choice? Or...
Yeah, I'll throw in something.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for this one.
The green stick.
A green stick.
Focus, you bastard. Focus,
Is
you
that a
bastard.
Hadley?
It's not going to vote. It's a Hadley. Hadley RDA.
Oh, the leaky one.
Hadley. How do you spell that?
The leaky one.
It's spelled
HADLY.
Poacher Mod in e-liquid.
That's not the Hadley, is it?
Yeah.
Joe really likes the Hadley. She's got one on her smeg.
The
tank.
flavour is great, but it is a shit for leaking. Over Squonk City.
Yeah, it's because of the airflows are quite low. But if you actually treat it gently, like you do a woman, Nick,
Well, it is Pride Month.
you won't abuse your RDA and you get good flavour from it.
Show me the deck on that, Graham.
Not to overrun, but
it's an old school
what are we
It's an old
judging an
school.
RDA on? Surely, how easy it is to build.
It's personal
Airflow.
opinion. Personal opinion.
Flavors top of the list.
Okay, flavor is king. Well, in that case, maybe if you do have to squonk it delicately, that might be all right.
Nicky Maynard, a crap.
We're having
Poll
John
number
3
one.
minutes.
Poll number 1 is up, and the poll is the Asgard RDA, the Hadley RDA, the Dead Rabbit, and the Wasp RDA.
Are we having 3 minutes, John?
Get voting. Get voting. Yeah.
The Hadley's almost high end, Graham. That's not like you.
It is. It's fucking. It's
I
$100
got quite a lot
It's
of
not
high-end
high-end.
stuff.
No, it's not
It's
high-end.
just like
It's shiny.
I just realised very early on that high-end stuff means absolutely nothing. The actual commercial stuff, you can have just as good results.
Funnily
from.
enough, a mate of mine who is an ex-juice maker, he used to have a juice company. His go-to RDA for testing juices was the Hadley.
Is that Mark?
Yeah, well, that's a lot.
like
To do with the DIY community. The
2 minutes
DIY
left.
community loved the Hadley to start with, and then they went on to the Wasp. They did a few of them went on to the Wasp, saying, this is actually perfect flavor. It's because the coils are so close to the tip, so there's no kind of leeway. You just get full flavor straight away, and especially with the closed airflow.
What do you reckon a Hadley is going to set me back if it wins?
If you can find one, they don't make them anymore.
At 80, they're
Oh,
at
really?
80, second hand about 50.
Maybe
Just
a bit more.
just
Finding
to
one
put
would
you out
be a
your misery, Nick. It's not winning. It's not winning.
Okay.
What is
Woo,
winning?
no.
There's a massive disparity in
I
the
like-
voting.
Fuck me.
Minute and 10 left.
Oh, this could be on to a winner for the first
Oh
time
shit!
ever.
Why did I vote for that one? I forgot Pugs put that in.
Pugs, I've always wanted to buy the Asgard, but I always back out straight away because I like the blank and I like the barrage. So sell me on the Asgard.
Why should you buy it? It's incredibly easy to build on. The flavor is exceptional.
Look at that.
And it looks really
Where's
cool.
that?
What about the melty bit?
The melty
The
bit,
melty bit.
I've never had a problem with it. Learn how to
It only melts it if you build it.
No, you hear loads of things about the
if you set-
insulators melt it.
If you
It's
set
coiled
coils
too
if you
far
set them
out.
too wide, it's going to melt. If you set them too high, it's going to melt. Work out what you've got. Put them in the middle.
Or
I
get
was laughing
another RDA and nothing melts.
But
It doesn't melt. I didn't even know there was a melting problem. Never even bothered me.
36
I
votes and it's at 51%.
There you go. There you go.
I've only clicked it 10 times.
Time up.
Oh,
Well,
that's
I think
nice.
that's the biggest landslide ever.
You just fucking
Nevs, what I don't get.
Well done,
With that
Pugs.
beautiful little thing that you held up, Nevs, how are you supposed to drip into that? Do you have to take the whole cap off every 6 puffs?
Yeah, you drip down the tip if you're going to drip it, but it's a squonk RDA, really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
If I'm dripping, I have to take that.
You're
thing
not
off.
really going to drip into that.
Yeah, that is a narrow orifice if ever I saw one. But yeah, squonking it, fair enough. That makes sense.
Yeah,
One of them, Nick.
That's
That's
all
not
right.
too bad.
I haven't used it in a while, but
Is that
I
the
can't be
same?
doing that.
Yeah, same, isn't it?
That's
yeah.
standard. I don't really do squonking. and
That's a proper
so what is
tip.
that like?
That's a proper tip. I love your
Well,
tip.
yeah.
12 mil or
Just
something
looks-
like that. Just
Look at it. It just looks good.
It does.
Yeah.
That's a bit big.
Okay,
for
who've
me.
we left? So myself and who've we got
Nick.
left?
I haven't gone yet.
Yeah.
Matt.
So I
Have you
know mine.
been, Nebs?
I know mine.
I've been, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Just shoot middle three.
I'm going to vote for my favourite. No one's going to vote for it because it's high end, but I'm going to vote for the Haku Vena.
The Haku Vena. And why would people want to vote for that, Matt?
Because it is just an absolute
Because I
flavour.
said so.
banger.
That's why.
The flavour from it and the draw
Oh,
from it is just sublime. Basically, it's incredibly well made. It's one of those,
Yeah.
or is it?
No, it is. It is.
What is it? What, a proper one?
Moving on.
Is it as proper as your tripod too? And your Danny Mini?
Moving on.
Yeah, no, Haku Vena for me. Flavour, draw, build quality, supremely customizable. There's caps all over the place for them.
No, in all fairness, that was sent with a Quark that I bought. So, no, I don't think it is.
Are they playing anyway? Oh, no, it's not playing.
Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Nick,
No.
what are you going to vote?
hello.
Nick, what's your choice? Or do you?
I'm just going to back up the daily driver the RDA. I'm afraid the Asgard RDA. Sorry.
No, you can't choose someone else's choice. You have to be someone else.
Okay.
You can have the Asgard
Yeah,
mini.
basically the Asgard is in the final. So whatever wins this poll goes up against the Asgard.
Oh, I see. And what are the options? Sorry, I've been paying. no
Whatever.
attention
Yeah,
whatsoever.
Just pick something which will beat the Asgard.
Go for the
competition. It's a competition.
Go for the drop. Go for the drop.
Drop. Yeah.
Hang on, am I picking a new one or am I picking one of
Pick
the
whatever you
previous
want.
votes?
Whatever you
No,
want.
no, pick one that you think is
Just
really
don't
good.
pick something that's been picked already. That's all.
Screamer. For an absolute
That was a weak choice. I'm not gonna lie to
a
you.
tiny but bargain. Nice place to start.
The scream that was
Screamer Graham. That's what you want your woman to do.
the last time the scream was actually popular on sale. It was like £5.
Yeah,
To
and
be,
it was a bit of a
to be
rip-off.
fair, the Screamer actually isn't a bad little RDA.
It's not bad. It's
not
not bad.
No, it's
It's
not
called the Screamer because it whistles like a bastard.
It really does.
But
It should be called the Banshee.
And it's shit to build on. The flavor isn't great, but other than that, it's fine.
It is pretty
Take
tight
one.
to build on.
What
I'll
was
give
that
you that.
other little one that come out around the same time as the Wasp? D Mini, D Pro Mini.
The D Pro Mini.
That was fucking massive and
That was
popular.
good.
as fuck.
Right. I think I'm left with it.
Yeah.
My choice will be probably the best selling single coil RDA ever. Well, one of them.
Good pitch. Good pitch.
My first ever single coil RDA I've ever bought.
Is it an Arbiter Solo?
It was a collaboration with Mike Vapes,
Recurve.
the Recurve RDA.
Ooh.
I'm trying my best to beat the Asgard. The Recurve RDA was a brilliant little single coil RDA.
You got Kenny's vote. Kenny be voting for that bad boy.
Well, yeah. So basically, poll number 2, we're going to run it again for 3 minutes, is the Hankypanky, the Recurve RDA, and the Screamer RDA. Go, get voting.
Go. Timer started.
Go.
Where's my alt accounts?
How do you spell Hankypanky, Matt? I want to see this bad boy.
HAKU
It is a good
Yep.
single coil RDA.
and VENNA.
Gotcha.
Look at that
The
recurve.
recurve, that's not,
Oh, that is not what I was
is that the
expecting. And not-
Wotofo recurve?
The Wotofo Recurve, yeah.
Yeah, don't vote for that, for fuck's sake.
Shut up. How do you mute Graham, quick. Look at all these
That's
people
another-
in chat.
that's
I've never known an RDA to get so hot.
That's
Okay.
another single coiler.
Shut up,
Big-
Matt. Shut
Pugs
up.
isn't here. Pugs isn't here, so vote for the Recurve. He's only having a piss in the toilet down the thing. So don't vote for the Asgard next.
See, I hated the Recurve. Didn't like it at all.
It was okay for bakeries, but it's shit on fruits and shit, stuff like that. It had a really, really bassy.
I think the problem was when the Recurve and that was out. I was very much into my high-end Squonk RDAs, so I just looked at that and I picked up one from somewhere, and I just went, "No, that's shit. Don't like it."
The Recurve was the first RDA I ever bought.
Triple ATJ.
I went to the local shop, which was Chris
Quite
Empire
genuine.
Vape, and asked him, I want to try an RDA. Can you show us how to build on it and everything? And he chose the Recurve.
See,
Put
my
some
first
more
RDA,
Chris's coils in there for me.
Boom.
my first
Oh,
RDA
triple.
was the Tobacco Turbo with the fan in it.
Right, guys, you've got a minute left. There is only 32 votes. There's 16 people not voting. Get your votes in.
What was the one that they brought out recently? I've got one and I didn't even know what the name of it with the triple coil. I was so utterly disappointed.
The
Siri.
Hellbait Cherry.
I was so excited.
It was
I
terrible.
That was the
It was
one
awful.
where there was no air getting to the middle
It
coil
was
at all.
terrible.
None.
I just in my head I was like, this is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah,
Triple
same.
flavor.
I was so
And
excited for it.
It was like a third flavor. It was shocking.
It was terrible.
Which one?
The one
Sorry.
with 3 coils. It was
Siri.
Siri.
Yep.
That is the word.
The Azeroth.
No,
No,
Hellbait
sorry.
Cherry.
Yeah, it was a series. The
Hell,
series
mate, it
RDA.
was-
It's a
Yeah,
triple coil series.
Or you could take out the middle coil and put a buzz bar across the middle.
A solid bar in it, which was also pretty pointless because I
It
might
was
have
just
just got something
shit
else.
idea. It was poorly executed.
It's what annoyed me about it was I just fell for it.
You go,
I did- you know,
John.
we're
John.
in. What we got?
I really tried to love it as well. You know, I really tried.
Okay,
to love
we should have a good fucking finale because the recurve smashed it. The recurve.
Oh, the recurve was it?
57%.
the Battle of China.
Recurve's good, man. The recurve's a good fucking RDA.
Yeah, absolutely. They're better
All right,
than the
mate.
Asgard.
And do you know what? There's nothing fancy about it.
Yeah, can I be a bit premature and just say congratulations, Pugs?
No, I used to.
There's a lot of
Asgard
fucking there's a
will
lot of
take it.
recurve
He's
fans
gaming
out
it.
there.
I'm just
I use the
looking at it
recurve
now.
daily. To be honest, I
Right,
don't use.
guys, get
Well,
voting. You got 3 minutes as soon as the
I
poll goes
do
up.
only own. I only
Okay.
own one recurve and I own 7 Asgards. I don't know if that. Really
I own
matters.
27 recurve audios.
The airflow does look pretty cool on the
Yes,
recurve.
voting.
I'll
yes,
give it that.
voting, Yes, voting.
All right, 3 minutes timer set. Go.
Get voting for the recurve. Let's go. Let's go.
Do you know what? I'm
Why,
going to vote
why,
recurve
why
because
do
then I
you
can
want me
buy
to
one.
lose?
Because I want to win. It's my fucking choice.
Oh, was that your choice? Sorry.
Can we all just say good evening to Mr. Serendipity Mike?
Evening,
evening,
Michael.
Mike.
The
legend.
drunken serendipity mic, by the sounds of things.
You what?
A drunken serendipity mic.
Is he drunk?
The best
You might
kind.
be drunk.
He's a bit
Been
late
out
getting
on
in,
the
isn't he? Yeah, he's a bit late.
Nick from Dripper Labs. I am going to admit defeat. We are going to run over slightly tonight.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any other way, mate.
I'm like, it's 1:15. Fuck, we're not gonna finish at 11:30.
You know,
I
it
just got
doesn't
a
bother any
bollock
of us.
in Nick, and it said, "Why the fuck do you have to bring that fucking bloody
Mate.
website up for?" No, he didn't.
Also, yeah, and
I'm also
also,
abusing them on text.
we better get to my questions, John, or I'll be
Don't
very
say,
upset.
don't fucking show them
if
that
that's-
they've done homework, for fuck's sake.
If that's how we... Pugs knows. Pugs knows. That's how I roll.
He is.
I'm not...
He is
I'm not coming in
prepared
line.
always. He's like a Cub Scout.
Come on, 43%. Come on, we can do better than this. Come on, come on.
What's that?
Recurve,
Where is it?
recurve.
Where is it? Let's have a look.
I-
Oh, it's
I
close.
even voted-
Close.
Only 2 or 3 votes.
I even voted recurve.
Don't let fucking Pugs win his first poll.
I'll give you all a tenner. I'll give you all a tenner if you vote the recurve.
What's with all this hatred?
Matt, where's all your accounts? Come on.
You're gonna win.
I'm going to get a recurve.
I'll
I'm
be
gonna get
completely honest.
recurve
I
no
don't
matter
even know
what.
where my phone is to do it.
No, don't find your phone because that'll swerve it because you've got about 9 alt accounts.
I do not.
You do, and I know most of them.
Look, in fairness,
Does
if the Asgard wins, I can't complain.
Does
Minute left.
anybody else do the maths when you see these polls trying to work out? Oh no, it tells you how many people voted.
Do
you know what-
do
do you
it-
know You know what's actually really annoying is that I designed an RDA, as you most of you know, which almost
I have heard that.
went to production, and it was to topple off the Asgard. because
Yeah, was it a
bottom
small
airflow-
one?
It was a bottom airflow 30 mil, and
He just got rid of the melty bit.
Basically, what it
was
boiled down
honestly,
to,
it's fucking
it was
great.
shit, and the manufacturers went, "We're not bringing that out."
No, it's just it was
I
it
know,
wasn't
I'll
that
pay
at
you
all.
in kind.
It was the fact that Brent brought his out, and it didn't do very well or as well as anybody expected because it's not the right time to bring an RDA out.
Oh, the recurve is winning. Come on.
Mm.
Is it?
No.
No, it's not.
Is it? No.
It's fucking close. It's only 4%.
It is
away.
fucking close. It's fucking close. 41 votes as well.
Come on, 9
Have you
people
still
to
got
vote.
the designs?
I've still got the drippers. I've got 2 prototypes. I actually got them made.
Are they? Do you own it, as in to show it, talk about it?
I
give
have
us
2 of them. Yeah.
one to get made.
We're going to be
Can
called
say
Kelpie
They're up there.
V2.
I have 2 of them.
I'm not going to lie. I actually want one because I
They
like the
work
idea of it.
exceptionally well.
I do like the idea
would be-
of it.
It would
Here we
be
go.
truly unique.
The airflow is unique. Nobody's on airflow like that before.
There you go. Should we keep it
I
going
was
for another 5
disappointed it
minutes?
didn't go
No,
into
no, it's fine.
production
We-
because I was
It's
angling
time
for a
up,
free
is
one.
it?
Yeah.
That
why
being
not?
said,
Pugs.
Pugs, the airflow on the
Oh,
Hellbait
Pugs,
series was
You
unique.
fucking dickheads. 1%. Fucking 1%. You absolute
Yeah.
bastard.
Yay,
Right, because
well
we're tight for
That's
time, we're not going to
it.
extend this. We can't extend it.
Get
The-
it.
The Asgard Mini won literally by 1%.
50-50. I got 50-50.
Oh, look,
I got
give it to him. We'll
50-50.
give it to him. We'll give it to him.
50-50.
I'm-
It's 50-50.
I'm buying a
when you
recurve.
vote.
Timer went.
It was after time. It was after time. Fucking suck it.
Everyone's like, the next time RDA comes up, I'm putting recurve in.
Yeah,
That's a good vote.
Who actually won?
Asgard
it
won
was a draw.
1.1%.
It was a draw.
The draw is 50-50.
It wasn't,
official
it
vote
was
is
a
the
draw.
draw.
The time
When I
event, 20
said it was
seconds
over,
ago.
it was 1% ahead. So we'll give it
You're
to
gonna have to put the Asgard in.
To be fair, we need to put the better on him, really. So the Asgard it is.
Yeah, it's fair. Right, I have to update my shit now. So talk among yourselves there. I have to.
Why don't you
update
put
my
them
shit.
both in?
Yeah, put both in. Fuck it.
Because it
The
wasn't
thing
a
is,
draw.
it was-
They both won. Put both in.
It wasn't a draw. The timer went.
Rules are rules.
Timer went.
Seeing as
I'll
there's so many people with knowledge, which recurve should I buy?
Joel.
Original.
Joel.
Is original a single? I've not got
Yeah.
any singles.
The original's
Not
a
how I
single.
roll.
The original is the one. It's got the bellowed sides.
I like that. Okay. I'm gonna
It does
do that.
look nice. The Joel does not.
The
Only get an original.
original's more of a flavor RDA, and the dual is more of a.
I don't
vapor
come
RDA.
from that. I don't come from that camp.
You think the dual
You'll pick more out of the single.
Why
I'm
will
going
you?
single because I've not got one, and that's a double win.
Why will you? What's the science behind that? I don't understand it.
You'll get more dense flavor from the dual, but you'll pick more flavor out of the single.
Because
That
it's
doesn't make
weaker.
sense.
I'll type it in, Pugs.
Because you'll be trying harder.
It is a thing, Nick. Buy both.
Oh, all right. I'll see what that sounds.
Buy both and
I
try.
do,
I mean, you know what? You're
post
probably
comparison.
you're picking both up for peanuts now, anyway.
I'm 100% getting one on order.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
There we go. Proper Hall Vape gear is
that's
updated.
okay.
The Asgard RDA is now the second RDA.
It deserves to be there. Let's be honest.
Maybe I should buy a goon.
Everybody knows that Graham is sitting there going, "How the fuck did Ginge get in there first?
Yeah.
Why isn't Glamour there?"
I can't even taste it.
No, Ginge beating Heisenberg. That's what surprised me.
Yeah.
And that was the final, wasn't it? That was the finale.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to go down to the questions because we're running
Right,
behind, Nick.
I'll keep it brief, John. I'm going to get you back. I can see you sweating. I'll smash them out. I don't even need to
Never
ask
been
them.
this
I'm
far
ready.
behind. I have to find my questions now. Hold on.
Number one is:
okay.
have you got a
Right.
nickname?
Do you have a nickname, and why are you called that?
Where did
Super
you shag?
boring. Sort of super boring, but true. Everyone in my family is a shrubby because we are Shrubsouls, which is the surname. Super unusual. Sounds like, oh, that's cool. Must have an amazing story. Not really, just a name from Kent. And Shrubsouls a mouthful. So Shrubby is the.
I've never
nickname.
heard of that second name ever.
No, never. I know
I
it
know.
because when we did the show last week when he was on, and I had to. Does anyone know his second name so I can put it on the pump? And I went.
It was
into,
very formal.
I
to
actually
have
went.
a
Into, I went
full
into
name on
government.
there.
I went to government.co.uk to find your business, to find the owner.
You should have just put the company number up. No, so
Yeah.
Shrubby is it. There are a couple other nicknames, but none of interest and none of the real answer. So that's it, John. Let's crack on. son.
Question number 2.
Yeah.
If your wife agreed, obviously, we're presuming hypothetically your wife agreed. Who is your hall pass?
I did actually check these both with her just before the show. So
Just got permission
Gal-
to say it.
Just in
Gal
case.
Gadot,
Joe
Gadot?
Brand. Joe Brand.
Go, God,
just Joe Brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Gal Gadot, which I think the main issue with me pulling Gal Gadot is that I have no idea how to say her name, so that's going to go against me. And then I've got a backup just because why not, which is Emma Willis, which is also a really weird choice. So there you go.
Who the fuck's Emma
Oh,
Willis?
I don't
I
know.
like how with Emma Willis.
I thought with Emma Willis.
Big Brother.
She took over from Davina McCall on the Big
Oh,
Brother
the fucking short hair.
thing.
Oh,
black
I thought
hair.
she-
Yeah, I get that.
I thought she
Yeah,
died.
Yeah,
No?
yeah.
So when you asked
No,
her,
that's Jade Goody, mate. Sorry.
She was
Yeah.
a contestant.
so when you asked her, when you said the neighbour, you had to pick another two after that.
She said, "Can you pick something a bit less realistic than the lady you work with?" So I made it a bit more adventurous.
Mr. Intense, I will ban your ass. I'm just going to say, I will.
Weirdly, all I asked for was permission to say it, really, more than put them on the hall pass. So that's already laminated on the wall, ready to go. So yeah, that's answer number 2.
What did she say when you told her that you were gonna have to tell everyone that you fucked her in Primark?
She said that's not really a public place.
Right.
Question number 3.
Question
In a
number 3.
movie about you, who would play you?
This initially was like, I have no idea, and then it came to me immediately. Jim Carrey would be perfect. He wouldn't even really be acting.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can see that.
It's the smile, the teeth.
Jim Carrey talks a lot, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
And I think I've watched Ace Ventura enough times that it's probably quite literally affected my personality. So
Jim Carrey came on with
choice.
choice.
And Hanky, the word you were looking for, instead of he talks like he's charismatic, was the word you were looking for.
Charismatic, thank you.
And that is why Matt's in sales and Hanky does video intros. I don't know what you do, Hanky, so I've just gone with that.
Just go with it, Nick. Fuck you.
I'm gonna have to watch Ace Ventura over the weekend now.
4. Question number 4.
If
you could fight one person, who would it be?
So I am not a fighter by any means, and I really struggle with this one. But then it came to me also, and I picked Nigel Farage because whilst I am broadly quite accepting of the TPD regulations, and I think that's fair game, as we are now trying to ship dripper labs into other countries and do it properly, and not just say beard oil or gift or whatever, it is absolutely ridiculous how hard it is to get an approved, regulated product out of England. So I picked Nigel Farage for that, and I reckon I back myself.
So why Nigel Farage?
Well,
Why
just
not
because
Boris
he was
Johnson or whoever.
also Boris.
And no, James Cameron, that was it. Who was responsible?
All of them. All
What
of them.
about Donald Trump?
Really.
Having met Nigel Farage, he's
Have you
actually
really?
all right. His office was based not far from me, and an old boy I used to work with, was a fully paid up UKIP member. Used to go to all the meetings, and he took me along to a meeting when they were doing all the Brexit stuff, because basically the UKIP meeting was in a pub,
A piss up. Yeah.
and a piss up. And
Yeah, but he's programmed
Nigel
to
Farage is there with a
Right.
pint and a fag, chatting with people like he's just a normal bloke, and he was actually really sound. He was actually all right.
Yeah, but he's
I'll
programmed
stick-
to be actually all right.
I can believe that, and I'm sticking with my answer. And the reason I didn't pick Boris Johnson is, whilst also Bellend, I actually thought during COVID he did a sort of half all right job of rallying.
But
I'll
picking
be
I don't
one,
want to make it political.
I always said,
He's done-
yes,
he's done an
Boris
all
was
right
an
job of
absolute
party
fucking
planning.
buffoon, absolute fucking buffoon. But
Food, agreed, definite.
all the shit
picking
that
one
bloke had to
person.
deal with through his term, would you want to deal with it? I fucking wouldn't.
I
No,
will fucking,
and all-
honestly, I would love to fucking leather that absolute bell end of a bear.
All right, I'm seeing a WWE showdown here. It's me and Pugs versus Farage and fucking
Mojo.
Johnson. We've got
Fucking-
this.
That motherfucker. I couldn't even invite people to my mum's funeral, and he was having a fucking party in his house.
Oh, that's
Kiss my
brutal.
arse.
No,
You'll
No,
love my dog.
I agree
then,
with that.
because We got our dog during lockdown, and his name's Boris.
I couldn't visit my dad on his dying bed because of Johnson.
yeah.
We couldn't see my mum. She was diagnosed with cancer, was dying. Nobody
Yeah.
saw her for 2 weeks. We
Yeah.
couldn't even
We
get
had
to
a
see
few
her.
of the same.
Can you imagine? You were told that you were. Sorry, this is deep as fuck. You were told that you were going to die, and then you can't see any of your family for 2 weeks.
I'd say fuck it and go and do it. I'll do
Yeah.
it for my mum.
You,
Well, that Rick's
yeah.
having parties in his house.
Yeah, that's
So
what if he played by the rules himself, then it's one of them. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. What he did, he set the rules and then
Yeah.
broke them.
And now
I
we
agree.
made this
I
show
agree.
overrun by fucking 10 minutes, the motherfucker.
Oh,
What a
pipe
bastard.
down, John. No, my mum's
Right,
auntie and
Pipe
my
down.
my wife's auntie and uncle both had the same thing. She had an incident and died, and then he died about 6 weeks later, and none of the family could go. So I totally feel all of that. So I'll just order them. All of that shit. Politics. I'm going to
Can we just throw politicians?
Politics.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
Are we doing,
politicians.
the
Royal
what was
Rumble
it?
of
The Room
politicians.
101. Right, everyone shut up. Fucking question 5.
Question 5.
Worst thing ever said about you online?
So we work very hard to keep our nose clean and stay out of politics in the vape world. However, one person on the Saturday show did drop in and say something along the lines of, I think I remember who it was, but I won't say names. They said something like, as expected, only Salam from King's Custard, only Salam knows how to vape on this panel show. And that is quite literally the worst thing that's ever been said about us. And hopefully it will stay that way, because that wasn't.
No, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but did you see the state of Salam on the Saturday show?
He was very nervous.
He said
He was
really pissed.
He was very nervous.
He was so nervous. That bottle of Jack Daniels did the last one.
The Welsh accent got thicker and thicker as the show went
It
on.
did.
Question number 6. Have you
number
ever had
6.
sex in a public place, and if so, where? And you don't have to disclose.
You see,
who it
you
was
didn't
with.
You got
send,
that last
you
bit wrong
didn't send
again,
me
John.
that.
What you meant to say is, and who with?
No, you don't have to disclose who it was with, because there was drama.
That's not gone down well in the past.
We don't want drama. We don't want drama.
I have answered the question as it was asked, which is, have you had sex in a public place? And I just put yes. You've now added 2
You can never
layers to it.
expand. I'm allowing you to expand on your answer.
There was a long period during uni where we used to quite enjoy getting.
See,
a
when
little
you
bit
started
too
that
rough.
sentence, there was a long period that could have went
There
a
was a
two
long period.
different ways.
There was a substantial period of time where the done thing was to get proper leathered, maybe a little bit happy high, and then just go round the uni. We used to just take bikes and randomly go running around. And I've already realised that this is a story about having sex in a public place. But yes, at the university is all I'll say. And I'm not even going to say who it was with.
But
No, don't say who it was with. You don't have to
in future, you can't call them bikes. You have to call them women.
Oh, political correctness. That's Bojo again, isn't it? Bloody unbelievable.
But he was gentle. He was gentle. Last question. And this is where we get all sensitive. Yes. Tell us about a negative experience you've had in your life that turned out to be a positive in the long run. This is where we all cry. Get our tissues out.
Bring up the music. No, well, I've got a vape one and a non-vape one.
Okay.
Neither are particularly sad. Don't worry. Do you want the shortest one, John?
The most impactful one. The one that's most likely to make Matt cry.
Okay,
Which
I'll
would
give
be
it
neither,
anyway.
but go ahead.
No, it's not emotional, but it is very interesting. So, when we first tried to buy a house, me and my wife together,
I've got my tissues. Yeah, go on, carry on.
I literally fell in love with this place to the point where when we made an offer, I was just so sure that everything would be fine. And the guy called up and he was like, yeah, I'm really sorry your offer's not been accepted. And I just couldn't understand that we weren't going to live in that house. And for months, this was like, we were looking at other places. I just couldn't get my head out of this. That is where we were supposed to live. At the funniest point, we looked at one that was about 3 doors up. The estate agent was showing us around. And I was looking over the garden wall back at where we were supposed to live. And I said, I can't live here. I can't live here and look back at the house. And 3, 4, 5 months later, when we finally got this house, we moved in and I was sat on the lounge, like bright orange carpet, orange walls. And she went, do you remember the name of that other road that you wanted to live on? And I literally couldn't remember. And that is the point that I didn't realize it would have been awful. It was like, terrace sort of parking on the street. There was a few things about it that would have just been a right pain in the arse. So everything happens for a reason. And I couldn't see it, no matter how hard I tried. I really thought we were supposed to live in that first place, and now we're in here. We're very happy.
Did the house come with a free banner?
Yeah, unfortunately, this is like literally bonded to the floor. We actually called it Triple Labs because this was here. So that's what we wanted. And I will quickly the other one, which was the negative of launching a vape business is you can't advertise. The positive twist is it really does make you focus on service, quality, customer satisfaction. And in the long run, that will be better for the business. Whereas if you could just run Instagram ads and get loads of people, you might not think like that.
And I do have to say, you're very fucking good at your job. And I said it to you at the weekend because like if I was more like you, I probably would have made a lot more money over the weekend. But like people would be walking by and they'd be literally like 5 yards after walking by the Dripper Labs, and Nick would run out from behind the table. Have you ever heard of Dripper Labs? And he'd be dragging it back over. And
see, I think that makes it sound bad.
Within
because
90 seconds, they were buying fucking Dripper Labs.
You're energetic though. That's why that works, because you're an energetic person.
It's incredibly approachable.
It was very impressive. It was very impressive.
Yeah,
that's very kind.
Nice person to speak to. So that makes a big difference in business.
That helps. The best thing we did about that expo weekend was those poker chips. We had a red token, never heard of you, white token, heard of it, but don't really know about it or not ordered, and green ordered. And it meant that I was genuine when I would go up to someone and say, I've got one question. Have you ever heard of us? If they went no, and that's all they wanted, that was fine by me. It just meant that I had a reason to and I was just getting my chip. And then you'd sort of go, well, hang on, why have you put a red chip in there then? Well, it's because you've never heard of us. Would you like to know what we do? So it was very easy. And
it was very good. It was very good.
I felt really bad at Expo because you came up and introduced yourself to me, and I was like, I don't know who you are. That was my response.
Oh, yes.
I was like, sorry, do I know you?
The stand. Yeah.
I was like,
no, it's fine.
I came over because I thought Jim Carrey was doing autographs.
Hey. No, it was wicked to see you guys. The most interesting thing about you guys was to see, because you were there all weekend and you were just bantering, having a drink, having a laugh, whatever. It was just nice to have like some faces that were familiar, and like all your, wives, girlfriends, extras, the whole group, the whole team were there. So it was just nice to see how to do an expo. I felt like I was watching Glastonbury experts. It was cool.
Well, if you do in October, you'll have to come out with us on Saturday night.
So I think I made a mistake. I thought I was being clever, and I booked a hotel that wasn't the Premier Inn, and then it was a bit of a yeah. So I think I'll fix that next time.
Yeah, you did.
Do that. Matthew, could you sort out the Zoom? Yeah.
The after show.
Yes.
Can I just ask two questions?
These questions.
Of course.
Right, Nick, are you ready?
Yeah,
always.
You haven't done your fucking research on these, have you? Right, here we go. What part of your body would you replace with an improved digital version?
My memory so I've actually got quite a good memory for things that don't matter.
And clearly a big
don't need that.
Everyone take a penis. Everybody.
So my general knowledge is horrendous. I could remember what you said 3 sentences into a meeting 24 months ago. But if you ask me anything that is like general knowledge, I've just never been able to remember anything of use. And people think, because I'm kind of smart, they think, oh, great, we'll have him in the pub quiz. And I just think this is going to be an absolute fucking disaster. So memory, 100%.
Right, this next one, there's 2 questions. You can answer either one. Right. Do you dirty dance when you're all alone? Or what do you do to get yourself sexy?
I feel like I don't. So I didn't realise what a blumpkin was, and that definitely hurt me. I gave a great answer to a question on the Saturday show for someone who doesn't know what a blumpkin was. Do I dirty dance on my own? Sure. And what do I do to get myself sexy?
Yeah.
Probably not true, but I like the idea of doing a bit of like a Wolf of Wall Street kind of like bit of a macho. Yeah, a bit of that maybe. Yeah. I have no idea. I don't need to get sexy, Hank. I'm just ready.
Nick, put your hands Nick, you've got to put your hands like that. That's what I do. Cheers.
Oh my god.
We didn't do the camera play. Surely I need to be over here somewhere. No,
I've been messaging you all fucking night.
And this is why Nick vetters his questions.
No vetted Hanky's questions. Cheers, Nick. Thank you.
Thank you, Hanky. A pleasure.
On that note, we're going to wrap things up. We only went 9 minutes over, which is I think pretty good. when you
Still
have
over, bud.
Ripper Labs on because he just likes to talk. And but it's mostly very entertaining, and he's a lovely man. And yeah, so massive thank you to Nick for coming on. We'll get you on again, definitely.
It would be a pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Pleasure to have you. Good fun.
When you extend the show for an hour, yeah, we will.
big thank you to chat. We had good numbers again. It's growing slowly growing every week, and we really do appreciate you all coming in and chatting. Chat was banging away all night. Thanks very much. Thanks to the panel, the usual panel members, Pugs, Nevans, Matt, Hankypanky, and Graham.
Pleasure is all mine.
I won't be here next week because I have a
Oh,
wedding.
neither will I.
And Pugs will be here next week.
Oh, sorry.
And we're still doing the show. We're still doing the show.
We are still going to do the show. So I'm going to hand my secret passwords all over to Hanky, and Hanky is going to have
God
knows what's going to happen next week.
So sabotage the channel.
So Graham, Nick, and Matt, are you all going to be on?
Yeah.
If you need us, I will rise to the occasion.
So it's going to be the Hanky proper show next week. Proper
Fuck off,
show.
Matt. You're coming.
Not yet. I'll wait till
I'm sure we'd sort out a guest. We'd sort out a guest.
I'm out for a meal next Friday with some friends.
So yeah, tune in next week to the Hanky's proper live show. We'll be back to the usual crack the week after.
I'm going to invite Sophie.
You may well find out
reclaim his spot.
Yeah. Why not? He's coming back.
Who do you want on, Matt?
Thanks to the panel. Thanks to chat. I won't see you next week. I'll see you the week after. The other guys next week. And the Zoom link is in chat. Right click on the Zoom link. Copy.
Where is it? I can't see it.
And paste the link in.
It's there twice.
Yeah, it's in there.
Don't you mean left?
Everybody is welcome. There's nobody not welcome.
My chat has frozen a long time ago.
Everybody's welcome. There's nobody not welcome, but there is some people not welcome. But Matt will look after that, and that'll be that. So come over to the Zoom, have a bit of crack for the next couple of hours because we will be having a few beers.
Yes, to be fair, if you don't get in, you'll know I don't like you.
It's Friday night. It's Friday night. We're going to stay up for
have
a while.
a fantastic weekend, and I hope you don't sweat too much.
Don't forget, get fucking some of these.
It's going to rain this weekend. We've got storms and shit.
Bye.
Good.
Bye.
Cheers, John.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.